Hey everyone! So today I'm going to do a short review and tutorial on my new Hourglass Modernist Eyeshadow palette. I have it in Exposure, which has all the purple and plummy colors. So there are 5 shades in here. There's a champagne color, deep purple, bronze, black violet, and a lilac color. The lilac color is more like a brownish purple. So it cost $67 at Sephora. And before I got this, I had high hopes for this palette because Hourglass is known for its high quality and because I own the ambient powder and I really liked it. But when I read reviews online, there were mixed reviews. Some people said that it's very powdery and some said that it's pigmented and very buttery. So I had to see for myself to decide what it's like. So here's what I think. The shadows are powdery because they're soft, and there is a lot of fallout if you pick up the shadows like you do for other shadows. So normally what I do when I pick up the product, I swipe my brush on the shadow. But if you do that, it will kick up a lot of powder. So that's what it is with this palette. The pigmentation is average compared to my MAC Fig 1 eyeshadow, which is also a plummy color. This one here. It is very pigmented, as you can see, but I'm not saying that all MAC shadows are very pigmented because they're not. Some of them are very pigmented and actually some aren't. So compared to that one, the Hourglass is less pigmented. But compared to my NARS The Happening eyeshadow and face palette, which is this one, you can see that there's also a purple, brown, white, and a gold color here. The Hourglass palette is more pigmented than this palette. Well, I think that because all shadows are made of different quality and different ingredients, there is a best way and a different way to pick up the product so you can get the most pigmentation out of that particular shadow. So for the Hourglass palette, if you do decide to pick it up, I have 3 tips for you. First of all, I would recommend that you use a small eyeshadow brush. What I use is the Sephora all over small shadow brush here. So I would use this to pick up the product so that I can deposit more color and concentrate more color onto the area on my lid and blend it out with a blending brush. Second of all, I would not swipe the shadow like I do with other shadows. So when I use this palette, I just press my brush onto the shadow and pick up the product like that. And by doing that, yes, you will get enough pigmentation from just pressing your shadow brush onto the color. And third of all, I would use a primer. Definitely use a primer underneath these shadows, but even for other shadows, I use the same primers. So it's the same for me, but I know that not everyone uses eyeshadow primer. So what I use is my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I use this because this is the only thing that will prevent shadow from creasing on my lid, and that's because I have oily lids. So if you have drier skin and drier lids, then you can probably just use like a MAC paint pot, and that would be enough to create a canvas before applying the shadow. But I use the primer potion first, and then I apply my MAC paint pot in Painterly, which is like a skin color. And I do this for all shadows, so this is the same drill for me. Now I'm going to show you swatches of the shadows so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to start with the champagne color. So here are all 5 shades in the palette. So you can see that the pigmentation is really not that bad. You just need to use the correct technique to use this product. So now I'm going to do a tutorial using all 5 shades in the palette. If you want to know how I created this look, please keep watching. First, I'm going to prime my lids with my Urban Decay Primer Potion using my finger. Or you can use a shadow brush to apply the primer. Then I'm going to apply my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly using the same brush and put that on top of the primer potion. You can also bring this up towards your brows if you have discoloration there. Then I'm going to use my Hourglass palette. And I'm going in with the lilac color first. And put that right on top of your crease. This is going to act as the transition color. Then use a fluffy brush and apply the white shadow on the brow bone for highlight. Then go in with the lighter plum color and apply it on your outer V and also on your crease. Now I'm using an eye smudger brush from Quo. It's the Shoppers brand. The reason why I'm using this brush and not a blending brush is because I want to pack down the color so I can intensify it. And remember, even though it's a smudge brush, don't smudge it on the shadow because there would be a lot of fallout if you do that. Then I'm taking my small Sephora eyeshadow brush and apply the bronze color on my lid, right below the purple plum color. When you apply it on your lid, try to do like a patting motion. Then I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown smudge brush and apply the dark purple color on the outer V. If you have smaller lids, use a smaller pencil brush to apply it on your outer V. This is the darkest color in the palette, so that's why I used it as the outer V color to create depth. Also apply that color on the lower lash line. And I'm using an angle brush to apply the bronze color in the middle of my lower lash line. And also the champagne color on the inner corners. Using my Sephora Smoky Crease brush, I'm going to go in with the lilac color to blend out the crease color. Then I'm going to line my upper lash line with my Bare Minerals eyeliner. I love this eyeliner because you don't have to tug your lid, when you apply it, it just glides on very, very easily. And it's also super, super black. Then I'm using my YSL cream liner in purple to line my lower lash line, and just get that cream liner right in between your lower lashes. Then I'm using my Stila liquid liner to wing out my upper eyeliner. And what I do again is I just pull the liner straight out. Now I already applied 2 coats of my Shiseido Lash Expander Mascara right at the beginning of the video. And now I'm applying my Kiss Me Mascara, Long and Curl, on top of the Lash Expander Mascara. Just going to brush it outwards with my eyes closed. And also apply that on your lower lashes. I went ahead to curl my lashes with my Panasonic electric curler and also applied the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara as my last coat. I'm going to apply the bronze color again with my brush wet. And applying it wet is going to intensify the color a lot. Then I'm using my Lorac blush in Plum color, and I'll apply that on my cheeks with my Bobbi Brown blush brush. This is a matte colored blush, so it won't be too much compared to my shimmery eyes. Then I applied my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Candlelight as my highlighter using my Makeup Forever slanted face brush. Then I'm going to apply some Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. And lastly, I applied my Dior Fluid Stick in 338. This is just a muted orangey peachy color. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, please comment below.